Yo! What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? We have a nice video. And at the end of the video, I will be telling you guys what I will be doing from now on until next year. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different. So I'm gonna tell y'all at the end of this video. And yesterday we got somebody in the comments. They decided to be, very, very ignorant. And I ending up, replying back to him. And I hope that he sees this video too as well. Yeah. Go to hell. Yeah. You know who you are, bro. Respectfully, go to hell. And without further ado, I will be telling you guys what I will be doing from now on. And today we will be reacting to new BMW M2, faster, more powerful, and better. Speaking of M2s, I seen one the other day. It looks just like this. Hold on, let me see if I can see it. But yeah, that's the same car. It's either this one I want or the M4. Not the M4 Comp. I just want the standard M4. And when someone text me, I don't know who that is. Hold on, let me put my phone on charger and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back now. Let's do it. So now let's react to this BMW M2, and I will be telling you guys what I will be doing from now on. So let's do it.
This is the new BMW M2, and it's a little bit like Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher, because some might say that it's riding on the coattails of its more talented elder brother, the BMW M4. Now in this video I'm going to talk you through the changes that BMW has made to this car as part of a midlife facelift, and you'll find out if you were to buy one of these things if you'd end up looking back in anger. I'm Matt Watson and you're watching Car Wow.
Let's do it.
The original BMW M2 was built using the old 2 Series platform, and it had a tuned version of the M135i single-turbo 3-litre straight-six engine. When that car got a facelift, BMW made some huge changes, like giving it a proper M engine, the twin-turbo S55 from the F80 M3. BMW ran with this idea for the second generation M2, but as well as using the M3 and M4's twin-turbo S58 engine, it also uses the same basic chassis. All this part sharing opens up some interesting opportunities for the new facelifted M2, such as giving it more power, but it could cause a few problems.
Hey Hans, as an engineer I'm very excited to swear out the life cycle impulse of the M2, because now we can significantly increase the horsepower of the engine so that we can crush the Porsche Cayman. That is all from my side. No, not all. This is not going to be possible. We cannot have the M2 treading on the toes of the mighty M4. It will not happen!
To be fair, Porsche had the same problem with the Cayman and the 911, but at least their engines are mounted in completely different places, so they naturally feel very different to drive. This new BMW M2 shares so many components with the M3 and M4, and there's danger it'll basically feel the same as those cars to drive, just a little bit slower. But that's not the case, as I'll explain later. However, despite some mechanical tweaks, BMW hasn't really changed anything about this facelifted car's design, so it's not really that much of a facelift.
This is on a 74 plate, which is pre-April. Are you sure this is the right car? Is this new?
Yes, it definitely is, but I had to go on my phone and check the press release to see exactly what's changed. You would need to be a massive BMW nerd to spot the differences without looking them up.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, because the pre-facelift car looked great. I mean, I like the front end of this. Didn't at first when I first saw the car. It was unveiled back 2 or 3 years ago, but it's got presence with all these big vents and they are all real. Change at the front, there is one. Can you tell what it is? Redesigned LED daytime running lights. Okay, so there are two
I hope that's not copyright, bro.
Change at the front, there is one. Can you tell what it is?
They're cutting the grass outside. I'm definitely gonna get copyright. Let me not.
Okay, so there are two changes at the side of the car. Can you tell what they are? What do you think would be the easiest things to change? You're right. Alloy wheels. You've got new alloy wheel designs. So they're still the same size, 19 at the front, 20 at the back, like on the old car. And it's still got the widened arches, so it's just got this more presence to it than the standard 2 Series coupe. It looks really good. You've still got the fistable door mirrors. I'm required, as part of my contract, to do that to every BMW M car. This car, you could have two.
Maybe get copyright, bro. Come on now. Come on now. I'm not trying to get no copyrights, bro. They have a history of doing that, bro. I don't know why.
Different designs for this. You could have just like normal shiny effect, or you could have this black as part of the shadow pack. The shadow pack is now standard, so all versions of the M2 have black window surrounds. Wowee! And at the rear, there are no changes at all. I know some people don't like the rear of this car. I do, and I love the quad tailpipes. I haven't changed those, and that's good because, as I'll demonstrate with the Collar Stick of Truth, every single one of them is real. Thank you very much, BMW. That's really kind of you.
As part of this facelift, BMW has introduced a new CS model, which comes with a huge carbon fibre ducktail spoiler, new bumpers, and more power. However, even without the CS upgrades, no one is going to mistake this new M2 for a standard 2 Series coupe, partly because it's actually a lot larger than that car. It's 4cm longer and 5cm wider than an M240i, which means it's the same width as the new M4 Competition. Speaking of which, the new M2 also has a very similar interior layout to that car, but BMW has made a few small tweaks for this life cycle impulse.
Here on the inside, there are just two key changes. So BMW says they've updated the upholstery throughout the cabin.
Honey?
No copyright, baby. We're not trying to get that copyright over here. Hold on.
Okay, if you say so. And it's got a new steering wheel, and I can spot the differences here. So, first of all, you have a flat bottom, you have a dead ahead stripe, and this carbon slightly thickened. There's like little vents in these spokes here. And that is your lot. Changes over a normal 2 Series though are more extensive because obviously you've got this M steering wheel with your M1 and M2 shortcut buttons there. You've got your carbon fibre gear shifter paddles. You also have like M graphics on the infotainment screen and M DARs and stuff like that. You've got your M gear selector with a little kind of ferocity setting, 1, 2 or 3. Your red starter button. There's also M badging on the sills. You have classic M tricolor there on the seat belts. Is there anything else ME? Oh yeah, the M patterning on here as well. All very, very nice. And of course you can select this car with these lovely carbon fibre bucket seats. Now they are a bit of a pain to get into because of these high side bolsters. They can give you a little bit of a, ooh, how's your father, if you lower yourself down a little bit prematurely on them. And then there's this little, what some people call the nut rest, because it's sort of, well, you get the idea. I don't mind it when I'm driving normally, and I find these seats quite comfortable and good on track because they hold in place. But if you're holding it for a launch, so with your foot on the brake or something, then that kind of gets in the way. When you're doing hard braking on track like that, you end up jabbing the back of your thigh on that bit there. That's the only problem with them. Looks cool though, doesn't it? And you know what? If you're going to fit one option to this car, it's these £4,500 bucket seats. They are well worth it. The rest of the car, yeah, quality is generally okay until you go lower down. And storage for a sporty model, it's acceptable. Yes, look, I've got my cup holders there, my wireless charging, and big door bins. Good.
But there's one part of this car's interior that I was not looking forward to testing.
The back seat.
What? Back seats? Yeah, it's got some. Right, I'll try them out. Okay. Pull that out, pull that forward. Let the electric motor move out of the way. Is there enough gap? I think there might be. Pull it back, and it'll return to its original position, which shows that there's enough knee room, foot space is adequate. The issue, headspace, not great. Now, like the M4, this is a 4-seater, so just 2 seats here in the back. On the M2, you have this little tray here for, I don't know. You do have an armrest. Well, you don't actually. You have somewhere you can put your arm, but it's not actually an armrest because it's got the lining from the boot. Still through loading, that's all right. And you've got ISOFIX anchor points here as well. Quite easy to get to, so you can fit a child seat here and another one here, if you so desire. For a small performance car, this is fairly practical. So you've got a 390 litre boot. Can you guess how many of these size suitcases we can fit in there?
5.
You guessed? Okay, let's find out.
No copyright.
It's quite practical, isn't it?
The BMW M2's boot can carry over 100 litres more than an Audi RS3 hatch.
Chat, the reason why that I keep on skipping the copyright music is because YouTube, they have been very, very weird. I don't know why, but they have been weird. Very, very weird. And they have been like you know, they have been strict on me ever since I had got that restriction. I believe it was an age restriction on one of my videos, bro. They've been very, very weird, bro. Very, very weird. Very weird.
hatchback and almost 70 litres more than the RS3 Saloon. It's also 20 litres larger than the Buchanan AMG A45S, which makes this BMW one of the most practical small performance cars out there. Well, so long as you're carrying litres and you don't need the added usefulness of a hatchback tailgate. Oh, and of course, you don't mind only having 2 doors. There is another problem though. The BMW M2 costs from just under £69,000, which is a lot more than an AMG A45S and an Audi RS3. So it's a good thing you can currently save over £6,800 on a new BMW M2.
Watch now. Wake up.
No copyright? Oh man.
Through CarWow.
Because this car is powered by petrol and not electricity, it doesn't qualify for the government's new EV grant scheme, which is available on cars under £37,000. So this wouldn't qualify anyway. Now you'd think that something like an MG4 would, but that doesn't because the grant excludes Chinese cars. However, some Chinese manufacturers have responded. For instance, on CarWow right now, you can save a whopping 20% off an MG4. The normal list price is £27,000. That's nuts. Now you need to move quickly because these deals won't last forever. If you want to check them out, click on the pop-out banner in the top right hand corner of the screen or scan the QR code on screen now. You can also find the link in the description of this video and the pinned comment. You can check out the latest deals on a wide range of electric cars. It will blow your mind.
But let's get back to this M2 because it has lots of upgrades over the standard 2 Series to make sure it feels pretty mind-blowing to drive.
Underneath here is the M Sport differential, which helps empower the wheel with the most grip to help drive you out of corners. Also rather handy if you want to do some drifting. There's upgraded sport suspension, the car rides low to the ground as well. There's a wider track at the front and the back. You also have a stiffer chassis plus different wheel geometry. The M2 comes on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres, but you can upgrade to a more aggressive track tyre for £175. In terms of braking, obviously upgraded over a standard 2 Series. You've got 380mm discs up front, gripped by a 6-piston caliper. At the rear, you've got 370mm discs, gripped by a single piston caliper. Now let's check out the braking performance.
To be honest, this road surface isn't great, so the new M2 has its work cut out here.
Okay, brake test from 60, here we go. It needs to be less than 35 metres. Come on, 33 metres! Yeah!
As well as stronger brakes, BMW has made some changes under the bonnet to ensure this new M2 goes as well as it stops.
Oh, let's see
As
how it
before,
drives.
the BMW M2 is powered by the same S58 3-litre straight-six twin-turbo engine that you get in the M4, only in the M2. Obviously it's detuned slightly, but for this facelift version they've tuned it back up a little bit, so it now has 20 more horsepower than before, up 480, and it drives the rear wheels only by either an 8-speed automatic gearbox with a torque converter or a 6-speed manual. However, with the 8-speed automatic, they've also increased the torque from the engine to 600 newton meters, but they haven't been able to tweak it at all for the manual. It remains the same as the pre-facelift at 550 newton meters. Obviously the manual just couldn't cope with the extra grunt. Also, with the manual, you don't get launch control, so it's a bit harder to do this. How did it put its power down like that? Whoa, it's snaking a bit. That was a wild ride. You know, I do this a lot, but this being rear wheel drive, it was snaking a bit. I could feel it fighting for traction. The launch control system does a really good of just blending the power in. Even though it says the stability control is off, it's not, it's managing it in launch control mode. And we got a 4.01, sorry, which is bang on what it's supposed to do. Nice.
However, that's only 1/10 of a second quicker than the old M2 could manage, and that car cost almost £5,000 less than this new model. And that's one issue I have with the latest BMW M2. It is quite expensive. There are plenty of cars out there that give you even more bang for your buck.
For the same amount of money as this new, I have found on CarWow these used sports cars. So you could have this, 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 or this. Yeah, you didn't know, did you, that you could buy used cars through CarWow? Go check them out. Some great deals to be found.
And the price isn't the only annoying thing about this new BMW M2.
Well, you can easily deactivate the speed limit warning by pressing set and holding on the steering wheel. Look, there, good. If you want to do lane keeping assist, you have to go through the screen, and it's press a button, find an icon, press a button, go into here, press a button, press another button. Regardless of whether you have these carbon fibre bucket seats or the standard sport seats, you don't get ISOFIX anchor points on the front passenger seat like you do in a Porsche Cayman. Though of course with Porsche Cayman you don't have any back seats. But still, sometimes it's good to have the baby next to you. BMW has not only increased the price of the M2 to the pre-facelifted version, they've removed some things that were standard equipment and put them on the paid for options list, such as the carbon roof. This will now set you back over £2,000, whereas it was standard fit before. Then there's the paint colours. You used to be able to choose any paint colour you wanted. Now though, only one colour is standard and it's white, which you won't want. Everything else, you have to pay extra for. Thank you very much, BMW. Very kind of you.
You gotta pay extra? For a color? Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it. How much money do they want? Is this a joke?
Now though, standard fit before. Then there's the paint colours. You used to be able to choose any paint colour you wanted. Now though, only one colour is standard and it's white.
White?
Which you won't want. Everything else, you have to pay extra for. Thank you very much, BMW. Very kind of you.
That's crazy.
Also, this is the only car I know where you have to pay extra for the manual version. Normally you pay extra for the automatic, but with this it's more for the manual, about £2 more. Anyway, it's not all bad. Here's 5 cool things about this new BMW M2. The standard fit exhaust on this car is pretty fruity, and it has a switchable sound mode. So this is it in normal mode. Rev it up. It's not bad. Stop a second. Let it die down. Now put it into the sporty mode.
I'd do anything. What do you...
No. Bro, YouTube, but y'all found ways to just make things difficult. And somebody in the comments yesterday talked about some, why won't you just get YouTube Premium, brokey? Like, bitch, who the hell you think you talk to like that, bro? And plus, even if you get YouTube Premium, you still gonna get ads. YouTube, they run off of ads, dummy.
Oh yeah. Now give it some revs. And you probably also noticed that unlike some of this car's competitors, there's no soft limiter on the engine.
Not bad.
One more time, please. That's enough. The press information on this car says the engine has an array of details borrowed directly from racing car design. This includes an extremely rigid crankcase with a sleeve-free closed deck construction, a forged crankshaft with lightweight design, cylinder bores with a wire arc sprayed iron coating, and a 3D printed core for the cylinder head. Now, if you're a BMW owner who likes to brag to his mates or argue on forums, you can just cut and paste that information and go, gotcha. The car comes with adaptive dampers as standard with 3 settings, Comfort, Sport and Sport Plus, but they should probably read Firm, Firmer, Firmer still. Are you a motoring journalist that doesn't have to pay for replacement tyres? If so, you'll love this feature. Look, it's the BMW M Drift Analyzer, where the car will actually rate my drifts, and it will measure them for the duration, the angle that I achieve, and the distance that I drift. For £1,400, Evolve Automotive in Luton will tune this car's engine to the same as an M4 competition, so 530 horsepower, or you can pay double that, so £2,800, and they'll take it to 600 horsepower. Now that does void your BMW warranty. However, Evolve does offer its own warranty on the parts that could be affected by the upgrade, but you do want to check the small print. The question is though, do you need more power? Well, as a car guy, I will answer that question every single time with yes! Yes, of course I need more power. Give me more power. I want more power, even if I can't use it. The reality is that no, you don't need any more power. This is easily quick enough. In fact, it's pretty wild. As a motoring journalist, I like to think that if I back-to-back this with the M4, I would be able to tell through my butt dyno that this has 50 less horsepower. But I'm not sure whether it'd be a bit like when I go wine tasting. I can tell which is the most expensive wine, but only because I know it's the most expensive wine. Anyhow, there are some things that I definitely prefer about the way this M2 feels to drive compared to the M4. The first is the weight. So it's about 50 kilograms lighter. No, actually, maybe, I can't actually tell that either. It's only because I know it's lighter. But one thing I can definitely tell that feels different is the fact it has a shorter wheelbase by about 10 centimetres. And it just makes this car feel a little bit more darty and more agile. The next is the physical dimensions. So the car is shorter, the back seats are just closer to you, and as a result the whole thing feels more snug and compact. Then there's the fact that it's shorter overall, the external length is shorter than the M4, and your spatial awareness actually tricks you a little bit into thinking the car is also narrower, even though actually it's not really at all. And that perception just gives you a little bit more confidence to drive quickly down a narrow road. Another thing that helps with that is the fact that the fast steering allows you to place the car with some confidence very quickly, exactly where you want it on the road. It does lack a bit of feel compared to, say, a Porsche Cayman, and if you want to see my full in-depth video review of that car, click on the pop-out banner up there or scan the QR code on screen. And to be fair, the gear shift isn't quite as snappy as in the Porsche Cayman because that has a dual clutch system, whereas this is a torque converter. But when you have it in its most extreme mode with like the 3 bars, you do get a bit of a jolt when you change gear, which just adds to the feeling. I like that. Bizarrely for me, I wouldn't choose the manual version of this M2. It's great that you can get it, but I'm not a big fan of BMW's manual gearboxes. And Rory, who you've probably seen in drag races, this is him. Woohoo! Yeah, the posh lad. He's driven the manual version of this, and he doesn't rate it. He says get the auto, and I trust what he says about cars. Anyway, I find this auto version of the M2 really, really good fun. I love the fact that your bottom is quite close to the rear axle, so when you're coming out of a corner and you put your foot down, you can feel what's happening on the rear end. You can sense the car like struggling for traction. It's really, really good, and you get loads of feedback, and that allows you to really drive the car on the throttle, which is just so engaging.
Give your dog the best with Dog Chow Tender and Crunchy. Real lamb and turkey flavor, plus tender morsels and crunchy kibble for a taste.
It's even more engaging than the M4. Reason being is that the M4 is 4-wheel drive, so as soon as those rear wheels start to slip, it sends power to the front. Now you can of course switch the M4 into 2-wheel drive mode, but in order to do that you have to turn off the stability control, and I don't want to turn off the stability control in any car on the road. I'd rather have it in MDM mode, which is like the halfway house, which is what I have this car in. Gives you that little bit of slip, but you still got your guardian angel looking over you. If the car just starts to rotate too much and you haven't reacted, it'll just gather you up and keep you safe. So on a day like today where it's dry, it's sunny, heading out to some twisty roads, I'll take the M2 over an M4. I'll probably also choose it on a track day as well, even though it's slightly down on power. However, for all-round use and capability, I don't want an M4. That said, this is still quite usable every day, so the suspension with the adaptive dampers, if you have them in comfort, it's pretty good. Even in the sports setting, it's not too jarring. Then there's the fact that, considering the performance, I'm okay with 25 miles to the gallon, and that's after giving it some stick. It's not bad. Either way, I'd rather have this BMW M2 over an Audi RS3 or a Mercedes-AMG A45S, even though I really love that car. Now you might think, well, of course you would, mate. You're going to say that. You're just a BMW simp, and that's what I guess I am. But there's a reason for that. It's because BMW's M division makes some great drivers' cars. This is one of them. Oh, I love it. See, that's what an M car should do. BMW M2, should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it?
Buy it.
Well, it has gone up in price ever so slightly, but so has every single car. And so my verdict with this is the same as with the pre-facelift version. It's a great sports car. Just go right ahead and buy it.
Buy it.
However, if you want to be a bit more shrewd, for similar money to this, on CarWow, I found a used low mileage M4. That's a tough decision now, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy the video. I enjoyed making it.
Alright, chat. So, chat, if you guys see me do edits in the video, it's because, of YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it to see if it has any copyrights, and plus if it does, I'm gonna take it down, and then I'm gonna do some edits, and then I'm gonna re-upload it again. So chat, like I was saying, I will be doing a whole 360 on my content. Instead of me playing Forza, I will be playing 2K26 for the entire year until what, GTA 6 drops, whatever. So if you guys see me upload way more 2K content, it's because of that. I'm trying to grow. YouTube, they really not they actually not really pushing out all of my Forza Horizon 5 gameplays. But I've been doing a list of videos that have been doing good, and Forza has been down, Fortnite has been down. And yeah, so I will be on 2K26. I will be doing my career build. Yeah, I will be doing that. I will be doing a video on that as well, on my career build. And yeah, I will be dropping multiple gameplays, a lot. So without no edits, I'm not doing no edits. It's gonna be uncut, no edits. So stay tuned for that. What else? This week, tomorrow's video, it may be a Forza Horizon gameplay, or it may be another car wow video. I'ma see. Wait, hold on. Let's see first. I know I missed one. This one. Okay, so it was this one. This one I gotta watch. So this one will be next. And yeah. And yeah, I will be doing a whole 360 on my content. So, grow more. What else? We're almost at 1,000. What else? My birthday is right around the corner. And yeah, I will be playing 2K way more often now. Because last year, 2K25, before I broke the CD, and yes, I broke the CD. I was doing numbers until I stopped because the game the game is ass, bro. So yeah, I will be back on there full time, and yeah, let's see where this YouTube thing takes me with the 2K, and let's see if it does this thing. The reaction videos of me reacting to Car Wow and a Throttle House, those are not going anywhere. I will be on top of those. Any drag race videos, I will be on top of those, and I will be reacting to Car Wow and a Throttle House. Those are the only two car channels that I will be reacting to, because I'm not trying to get no copyrights from any other channels. So those two are the only two channels that I will be reacting to as of cars. And yeah, without further ado, like, comment, subscribe. I see y'all probably on the Forza Horizon 5 gameplay, because I told myself that it's gonna be a whole week of it. But I'm gonna drop this for today for y'all, since I'm already doing it. I love y'all so much. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day, and I see you guys on the next video. Now it's time for me to work on this thumbnail, and let's see if I get any copyrights. If I do, it's because I've edited some of them out. So if you guys see the video going skip, it's because of editing. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.